Welcome to you, my name's Dale and this is Dale's Addiction. Today I'm talking to you about what I got for Christmas and my luxury wish list for 2022. I'm also going to quickly take you through the purchases that I made when I updated my 2021 wish list back in July last year. So a few people asked me in my Vlogmas Q&A and following Vlogmas on Instagram particularly, you know, are you going to do a what I got for Christmas video? What's on your wish list? Those sorts of things. And I usually respond with, no, I'm not going to. And if you saw my what I got for Christmas video last year, you've probably got an idea around what I think about luxury at Christmas time. But if you didn't, this is pretty similar to what I got last year. Mr. Addiction surprised me with my very own Empire State Building in Lego. And yes, I built this. I did. And I built it in a few hours actually because I just wanted to do something Christmassy. As you know, I was really excited about Christmas and I did Vlogmas. And if I'm to be totally honest, Christmas was a bit, I don't know, meh this year. We didn't get to see many family this year for a number of reasons, and that kind of took away a lot of the joy of Christmas, to be honest. We did get to spend time with my brother and sister-in-law and their two girls for Christmas Day, but other than that it was fairly unfestive and it felt just a bit crap, to be honest. And the weather was ordinary. There was so much uncertainty around the lifting of restrictions, as I mentioned in my last Vlogmas video, I think, that I had to cancel a trip down to see my grandparents for my grandfather's 90th birthday. And it all just kind of caught up with me, and, you know, some people were away, some people weren't, places you wanted to go were closed, and yeah, it felt like a bit of a waste of time, to be honest. So I don't think that Christmas presents would have made that feel any less painful. I think Christmas is about being with people, and it's about fun. And for me, I really like the idea that we will buy each other a Lego or a board game or something and just play around and have fun, because the idea of those things is that you're spending time with people while you're doing it, right? And we didn't get to do any of that this year, so yeah, that's what I got for Christmas. So in terms of my wish list, and I guess I'll go on why I don't like luxury at Christmas time, because I think it sets an expectation for people, friends and family alike, that that's what you expect, or that's the only thing that you'll value. It's just my thing. I don't know that it's true. It's just my thing. And I never want people to feel like they've got to second guess themselves when they're giving a gift to me. And I get that in other parts of my life, in birthday and what have you. Just because people know you like nice things, they'll usually caveat their gifts by saying, oh, I hope you like it. I know it's not what you usually buy. And I'm like, oh, like, please separate my interests and what I buy for myself from a really lovely, generous thought and a gift to celebrate an occasion or a birthday. So, yeah, that's kind of where I stand on that. And if anyone's going to be buying me luxury for Christmas, it's me. And if Mr. Addiction does surprise me again, I'm cool with that. Like, that's our money. But we buy what we want when we have the opportunity to. And he is literally picking up a motorbike trailer that he bought before Christmas right now, and he's excited about that, and he doesn't need a big red bow on it to say that it came from Santa or me. So yeah, so anyway, bah humbug, right? Like, don't get me wrong, I'd love to have a Christmas day full of family and lots of presents under the tree, presents that are fun things that make people laugh, that get people together, but yeah, that wasn't this year or last year for us, so what are you gonna do about it? All right, into the happier news, luxury wish lists. So it's my wish list is a bit of a hybrid of what I want and what I don't want. So I'm going to start with the items that are outstanding from my July wish list. I think I only had 4 things on my list. One of them was the Gucci Ophidia tote, and I had discovered that on a tag video, which was putting together a bag collection for under $5,000. I'm like, yeah, righto. And I found that tote and I really liked it. So I got it. But in my typical style, I got it with a twist. I got it from the Balenciaga Gucci Hacker Project. So here's the safe side, and here's the mean side. And yeah, I'm really happy that I waited. I didn't even know this was coming as a part of the project, to be honest, but I waited. I didn't, go and get that bag just because it was on a list. And I ended up getting this really edgy version of it, and that makes me happy. So that's 1 out of 1 so far. The next one that was on my list was a yellow bag, and I talked a lot about all the yellow bags that I had been looking at. And what do you know, the Purse Affair was selling a beautiful lemon yellow Pearl Crush mini square, and I bought it, and hopefully by the time you see this video it's sold or I'm selling it. And the reason that I have not decided to keep that bag is nothing on the bag whatsoever. It's on me, because I've got this weird taste where for some reason every time I need a bag or I think I could use a bag in that kind of hue, I tend to reach for my Gucci wicker bag. So this one is the one that gets chosen. Every time I pick up the Chanel, I put it on, I go to the mirror, I have a look, I come back, I pick this one up, I go to the mirror, I go, yep. And the amount of times I've taken the stuffing out of that thing and then restuffed it and packed it all away, honestly, I've spent a lot of time trying to make myself wear that bag. And I keep coming back to this one, and that's because I love this one. And it's quite funny because this one I picked up for $1,500 pre-loved from the Purse Affair, and the Chanel one I picked up pre-loved for $6,850. Just goes to show sometimes luxury is, different to what you might expect it to be. And I think I said in my vlog sale that, some people would not pick up my Gucci bag for the world. They'd be like, ooh. Whereas for me, I love it. I think it's a wonderful bag. And I know a few of you do too, because you always comment on that bag. The third item that was on my wish list that I have not bought is the Fendi baguette in leather. I don't see myself buying any Fendi for quite a while. If nothing comes through from the Versace collection into our local boutique, I'm just uninspired by Fendi at the moment, and I'm one of the biggest Fendi fans. Obviously, they have re-released the beautiful Sex and the City baguette, and I've had a few people reach out and ask me questions about this one because they've been trying to pre-order it from their sales associates and so forth. And this is not an everyday bag. This is a bag that, I tend to wear it with casual things or on a night out or a day out, whatever. But I wanted a bag that was easier to wear, which is why I want a regular baguette. But there are no inspiring colours. There's nothing that I like. And I'm not going to go down that line of getting a beige or tan bag again, because we know how that happened for my Chanel 19, right? And then I've got this little mini one, and I'm so lucky that I have these 2 beautiful baguettes, that my standards for baguettes are very high. And so despite the fact that I want a regular leather baguette like this style, but in the regular size, I'm not sure that I'm going to get it, and it still remains an elusive part of my wish list, and I'm going to carry it over to 2022, but I'm not confident that I'm going to find anything. And the fourth item on my wish list that I still, and it's, you know, one of two that I still haven't bought, are the Dior D-Way slides. Now, these are currently retailing for $1,090 in Australia, and I've been waiting for a nice design to come out. The nice designs come out when I think of it, and then I go and check and my size is not there. So, like, it's a bit of a tango that I'm doing with Dior at the moment. On the flip side of that, there's absolutely nothing in Dior that I want to buy from a bag perspective. Nothing. I hopefully have sold my My Lady ABC. And I went looking and I'm like, what am I missing? Like, I really want something from Dior. And then I'm like, why do I really want something from Dior? If it's not for me, it's not for me. And I looked and looked and looked and I couldn't see anything that I liked or that I would buy. And so I'm going to leave the slides on the list, but I'm not in a hurry for them. When the time is right, the time is right. But yeah, the flip side of that is I'm not buying anything from Dior in the foreseeable future. So what's new on the list, you might ask? Well, this is the exciting part. So I talked about in my Louis Vuitton collection video, which I'll link up here, I would like to buy some Louis Vuitton shoes, and they're a pair of sandals, and I thought I included them in that video, but they didn't come out, so I'll pop them here. I love those. I think they're beautiful. Yes, they're an evening kind of shoe, but I think they're timeless and I'd never get sick of those. The LV sunglasses, there's a square pair of sunglasses that I'm eyeing at the moment. I'll pop them up here too. I just want to try them on in the boutique, and I don't want to be in a rush, and I don't want, you know, I have to be in the mood to go in and, you know, do the dance of looking at things and trying them on. One thing that's really serious from LV though is the Petit Mal, and I think that will be my big bag purchase for 2022. As I said, I'm waiting for something spectacular to come along, and my spectacular might be very different to your spectacular. I totally get that, and that's cool, but absolutely would love to add that bag to my Louis Vuitton collection. The other thing that I want to do is upgrade my Burberry Trench. So I have a Kensington Trench that I bought back in 2012, and I have absolutely thrashed that thing. It's got fraying around the sleeves. It is a little small for me, and truth be told, like, I was very skinny at the time. I'd been through a big breakup. I tend to get really skinny when I'm really sad. Bring on the sadness. And so that coat for me has only kind of really worked for, say, so all done up and being able to wear jumpers and things under it for probably the first 4 or 5 years that I had it. But now we're up to 10 years, and yeah, I've been wearing it open. I love it. I want to upgrade it. I want another Kensington, but I don't like those yucky nude buttons that they're putting on the trenches at the moment. So I'm waiting for them to bring back the black buttons, because yeah, I'm not a fan of those honey-coloured buttons. They're not nice. So if Burberry do bring back the Kensington Trench with the black buttons, I am there and I am buying it. And then with my old one, maybe there might be somebody that I might give that to, or I might sell it. I don't know. What else? Okay, so in terms of jewellery, I was actually going to buy for my birthday a Regina bracelet from Canturi, and I'll pop a picture of that in here. And also a pair of these cubism kind of colour burst earrings. They're like little studs, and I'll put a picture of those in as well. I went in and tried them on. Truth be told, I was also helping my stepson shop for special jewellery, and if you don't know, he recently was engaged, and I ended up buying the trunk clutch instead, and my flower trunk actually came in as well, so I just skipped over the jewellery. So on my list from Canturi is a bracelet in the Regina range, and it may be a bracelet or it may be one of their bangles, and they do make things to order. There's only one on the website, which is like there's detail on, which I'll put a picture of here, which is all diamonds. I don't want that because I do have my diamond tennis bracelet, but I would like to talk to them about designing one that has some blank spaces and some diamonds, or perhaps some black sapphires in amongst it. Something, it'll probably have to be diamonds because I'd want to wear it most days, and they are much more hardy than some of the other gemstones. So, and also on that front, I have not shopped at Bulgari since I bought my Viper Sepenti ring. So usually I'm wearing this stack. I'll put it on so that you can see, because it's easier to see. So when I talked about Regina before, this ring here is the Regina style. So you can, I don't know if you can just see it, and they have a black sapphire in them. This is my Sepenti Viper ring, and this is another Regina but with the carrot and baguette cuts. Okay, so they have these segments, which is Canturi's kind of signature thing, and I wear those stacked on my finger. So I think I bought that ring when I went to Melbourne quite a while back. It would at least be 2.5, 3 years ago. And when I was there, I tried on the B01 bangle, and I have a Kate Spade rose gold and diamond bangle that I bought in New York when I went in 2017, I think. And every time I wear it, people say, "Oh, that's such a beautiful colour on you. Is that a Cartier Love bracelet?" And I'm like, no, it's Kate Spade. But I do love the rose gold, and Bulgari do a beautiful rose gold, like it's very pink. And so does Canturi, actually, which I really like. But their bangles are a bit thicker than what I want. And so I'm getting to the point. So Bulgari have a rose gold B01, just in a solid bangle, no diamonds, no bling. So that's also on my list. But I think that one's around $10,600. I actually think I could get Canturi to make me one in the Regina style with stones in it for less than that. So we shall see how that one goes. And a couple of other things that I'm not going to be buying. I don't think I'm going to be buying anything that resembles unicorn status. I think I've learned my lesson. Unicorns and classics, they just don't work for me, or hyped bags. So I'm not going to fall into that trap. And if I do, feel free to call me on it when I do the unboxing. The two big items are a luxury car. So at the moment I have a BMW convertible. It was my dream car, and before that I had a BMW X5 because we lived in a regional area, and truth be told, I really miss having a big car and a big boss car cruising around. And I've always wanted an X6, but we had the X5, so, you know, you do what you do. So as much as I love my beautiful drop top, I'm actually really seriously looking at an X6. I just love how big and beefy and beastie and mean they are, and I like it being higher up when I drive. I don't know. And I think that's a really beefy, sexy car without looking like a family wagon. And don't try and tell me about Mercedes and Land Rovers. I'm not interested. It's BMW all the way for me. And Audi, nope, none of those. It's the BMW X6. So it's on my list. We'll see if it comes across. And the final one is a luxury holiday. Literally planning a holiday and doing it, hopefully overseas, but at least within Australia. We're going to spend a few days up north at the end of the month, but like a proper holiday where it's an adventure and an experience. So that is my 2022 luxury wish list. I will update it in July as I did in 2021 and see how we're going, see how my thinking looks, see how much of a hypocrite I have made of myself. What's on your wish list? What do you think about mine? And yeah, let me know down in the comments, because I'm always interested to get a little bit of inspiration around what other people are looking at. And before you say anything, Ash, I know luxury homewares, you're trying to talk me into it. Mr. Addiction's just not for that. Like, it just will not be loved. I was lucky to get the flower trunk, okay? So that's it from me. Thank you so much for watching. Give me a like if you've enjoyed this video, this rant, the sad Christmas story at the beginning. Give me a like just for that. And if you haven't already, consider subscribing. I'd love to see you back. Ciao for now. Bye.